So welcome to another edition of Sauvignon Blanc TV, and we're here with Michael Griva from Griva Vineyards down in Arroyo Seco. Michael's going to tell us a little bit about his operation, and Michael's also the president of the Arroyo Seco AVA. And Michael, thanks for having me out today. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you, Brian, for coming and seeing us. Um, Gosh, you mentioned so many things for me to talk about. I don't know where to start. Especially passion of our Arroyo Seco AVA and our vineyard operation here and everything. So, gosh, where should I start?
Why don't you tell me, your family has a long history here in ag and this particular plot of land that we're standing in, so maybe tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. We had started here in 1868 in the Central Coast, not on this specific parcel of land, but on a place not too far from here. And so our family is now, we're going into the 6th generation, and I'm the 5th. And we ended up buying this property in 1905. And I think that, as you can see, the soils here are very rocky, sandy, gravelly soils. And I think it's just ideal for growing grapes here.
Oh, great. And you put grapes in '98, correct? And that was
1998. The family originally started with grain, then went into dairy, and then into row crops, beans, vegetables, and even today we still farm vegetables here. But we have transitioned a lot of our ground over to vineyards, and I think that as we were trying to make the decision, some of my friends who have been in the vineyard business here for years, they were advising me, and I remember bringing them to this site, this field here, and saying, do you think that this would be a good area to grow grapes in, this block? And they said, take a look around you. And of course, from this view, we can't see it, but we're totally surrounded by neighboring vines and vineyards. And so I said, so you think it'll work? And said, duh.
Excellent. So now we're standing in the middle of some Sauvignon Blanc, of course, which is kind of why we're here today. And very specifically, this is you're growing this for the Bernardus Winery, and
Yes.
it's the Sauvignon Musqué clone.
That's right.
Maybe tell me just a little bit about why Sauvignon Musqué in Arroyo Seco and here at Griva Vineyards.
Well, in this area, not much Sauvignon Blanc was grown in the Arroyo Seco, but there was a history of the Musqué clone being grown here. A neighboring vineyard, Ventana, ended up with the Musqué clone. It brought over from France here, and they had very good luck with it. And Bernardus Winery felt that it was a very good, had just the flavors they were looking for, and the Ventana vineyard actually butts up against our property. So it was almost a no-brainer that if they needed more product and they needed more Sauvignon Blanc, and if they got it from this property, they would have the flavor profile they were looking for. So we ended up doing a little history on it, and we got a little history lesson on the Musqué clone, and I think it really was the right clone in the right location.
And briefly, why do you think that's the case? The temperature considerations here primarily, or?
Right. This we have extreme high winds throughout the spring and summer, and so it ends up cooling off the vineyard remarkably so. And I think you could probably tell me more about this, because I know that through your association you have members that have Sauvignon Blanc in much warmer regions, and with the Clone 1, and it seems that is outstanding. Clonal material for in the warmer climate, and it seems like we found the clone that would work well here.
Excellent. So aside from our friends at Bernardus, who else is getting the Sauvignon Musqué and Sauvignon Blanc from you?
Yes, over the last 12 or 13 years, Morgan Winery here in Monterey County. We have J-Lore Winery now has a new Sauvignon Blanc called Flume's Crossing. That let me correct that. Flume Crossing.
Flume Crossing, right?
I put an S on there. I don't know. I guess because it was named after a landmark on our ranch, and I'm actually more used to calling it adding the S to it. So the Flumes. But anyway, That's actually a new product of theirs, a new wine that's been released, and it is all based on the Musqué clone from the Arroyo Seco area. We also have Martin Ranch Winery in the Gilroy area, makes a Sauvignon Blanc from here, and there's also a Lully Winery that makes a Sauvignon Blanc that they purchased from our property.
Excellent, great. And last question for you, Michael. You have 338 acres of wine grapes, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And how much of the Sauvignon Blanc?
How much the Sauv Blanc? We have 30 acres right now, and we have plans, and actually the plants are being made right now as we speak. They're growing as we speak, and we'll be adding approximately 40 more acres to our Sauvignon Blanc. So we'll have 70 acres total here in the next couple of years.
Excellent, thank you. And so to make a point, Michael very much is a proponent of Sauvignon Blanc and Sauvignon Musqué, and Arroyo Seco being a great place to really embrace the grape. And I think we're seeing more and more of that go on in this region, and a lot of it's thanks to him. So Michael, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
Appreciate it.